I could see Urban Meyer or one of these guys working for Dan if they paid him a ton of money and you got rid of Bruce. I could actually see that.
What about Greg Roman?
I don't see it.
Yeah.
Roman, I'm not sure Roman would. Yeah, maybe.
I saw the list. I think it was one of the pregame shows while Cakes and I were doing our pregame show. We don't hear the audio, but I think it was Jay Glazer. Maybe it was somebody else, and they put the list of names. And they had both the coordinators from Baltimore, of course. Nobody really stood out, but Greg Roman was one of those names. This is Martindale also from Baltimore.
I'd be interested. The person I couldn't see like Urban Meyer and those guys, big name guys working for is Jerry Jones, because Jerry Jones is very out there. He's very, very heavily involved publicly in all the decisions. Dan might meddle and stuff, but he's way more behind the scenes. Yeah, so I think an egomaniac.
He's not actually the general manager.
Yeah, I think an egomaniac, like an Urban Meyer, could work for him, just like Mike Shanahan did.
Yeah, I couldn't see it, but I could see a Rivera guy or someone like that, Marone.
Well,
a guy who wants to stay in the league and continue to get those paychecks.
I mean, hiring Marone would just be.
I think that guy's a loser. I don't know why. I've seen his name out there.
I wouldn't want anything to do with him.
Why? God bless.
Because
not interested.
Because there's a small percentage of guys who will work for him.
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, that's a small list.
I actually think more would work for Dan than you think. I think they don't want to work with Bruce there too.
Who would more?
More than you.
Even though I think Dan Snyder is dumb and doesn't know what he's doing. If I were him and I would have brought a list that had Marone's name on it, I would take a pen and write a big streak right through his name.
Yeah.
And not consider him.
Yeah. Of all the names, like sort of the retread type.
Yeah.
Like McCarthy, Rivera, all these guys. Who are you most interested in of the retread type? Not the young.
Not interested in McCarthy. I think he's a bit of a dope too.
Yeah.
It kind of depends on who else he's going to bring in, who's going to be calling the shots, who's running the draft.
I could go for a Todd Bowles.
Oh, no.
That's the ultimate retread.
Very, very uninspired hire.
No, but some of these guys only had like a year. Who's the guy who had a year in Arizona? He got hosed.
In Arizona.
Oh, just last year they fired him.
Oh, it was the Wilkes, Steve Wilkes.
Steve Wilkes, yeah.
Yeah. You never know. He might be good. He's a good defensive coordinator, right?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He came in from Carolina, didn't he?
Yes, correct.
Eric, you wouldn't be sized for Dan Quinn?
I mean, he's got a lot of tools there.
He loves Dan Quinn because he was on the Seahawks staff.
Yeah.
That's why I love him.
He's got a lot of tools there and not working. I mean, he's got Matt Ryan. I don't know. He's going to have less talent here.
But that would be the type of guy I think they would go after.
How about you hire a guy? Is it Kevin Stefanski, the OC for the Vikings, who's doing some pretty good things there? I'd bring him in for an interview. I'd much rather have him than an old dope like Marone or a retread like Todd Bowles or a one-year flame out like Wilkes.
I'm not saying he's not. Those guys are better coaches. I'm just saying that Snyder, can't imagine Snyder wanting Kevin Stefanski.
By the way, Stefanski has a ton to work with in Minnesota.
He's got nice weapons, absolutely.
Yeah.
That helps you as an
It definitely helps.
Right. So anyway, interesting stuff out there. Some people think that teams might actually make a move on Rivera before the season's even over, that he's that highly sought after. So who knows?
Would he fit into the Rooney Rule, because he's probably minority, right?
I suppose. I don't know.
He's Puerto Rican.
Does the Rooney Rule, like if you're Puerto Rican, if you're Latin,
of course,
does that? I don't
has to. It's to interview a minority.
Okay, sure. Playoff scenarios for the Redskins still actually exist. Now, I heard prior to last week it was like 1 in 876,000 or something. But here's a scenario that would have to play out for the Redskins to get to the playoffs, because they could actually still win the NFC East.
This is comical.
Well, there are only 4 games left, and this is what would have to happen.
It's like Trav and I hitting the Powerball.
The Redskins would have to win out, which is not going to happen, but let's just say they did.
Right.
Okay? They'd have to beat the Packers, Eagles, Giants, and Cowboys.
Okay.
Right. I think they'll be lucky to win one of those, but let's just say they got on a hot streak and they rushed for 400 yards every week. The Cowboys then have to lose out. When you look at the Cowboys' schedule, it's actually possible. It's doable. They are at the Bears. They have the Rams, at the Eagles, and of course they would be head up against the Skins in the last week.
Right.
And then the Eagles just have to go 1-3 with the win being against the Cowboys. So if that all played out, the Skins would be 7-9, the Cowboys would be 6-10, and the Eagles would be 6-10, and the Redskins go to the playoffs.
The joke part though is, how do the Redskins run the table?
Well, they're not.
Yeah.
They haven't beaten the Packers in Green Bay, I believe, since 1986. And the 4 times they've played there, I think they've been outscored like 122 to 43. Like they just have no success.
Boat Race City
in Lambeau. They do have a win over the Packers a few years ago, but it wasn't in Lambeau.
It was at FedEx.
Right.
And there were probably a lot of Packers fans in FedEx.
Right.
If I had to guess.
Some people are starting to already speculate about what Redskins might be deserving of making the Pro Bowl. I think we all agree Tress Way is deserving. Is there anybody else out there, Cakes, that you think
Nope.
might be worthy of a Pro Bowl nod?
If McLaurin had Case Keenum throwing him the ball all year, I would have thought he was
But
on
the
that
numbers
sort of
aren't going to
track.
be there.
Yeah, but
If
he's not.
60% or 70% of the NFC roster decided to bail out because they knew it was a joke game,
Right.
maybe, but other than Tressway, no.